WWD released a story on the top 10 selling perfumes on TikTok. Let's get into it. For those who don't know me, my name is Alyssa, curator of all things fashionable and fragrant. And who are these top 10 brands and how much are they making? For this story, WWD leveraged Charm.io, which is a data platform that tracks brands on TikTok. This data is from the month of February of 2025. We'll be talking about who these top 10 brands are, their top selling fragrance, and how much they've grossed within the month of February. Starting at number 10, we have a brand called Rayhan with their best-selling fragrance called Elixir Unisex. This fragrance typically retails around $35 to $40. I do believe it is something that you can also find on Amazon in addition to TikTok. And based on the name, we can infer that this is a more unisex scent, something that leans a little bit more masculine with notes of mint, bergamot, vanilla, lavender, and tonka. And I want you to hold on to those notes because these are notes that we're going to hear a lot on this list. Elixir Unisex alone has grossed over $57,000 in sales. Now the brand overall, Rayhan, they have done $237,000 in sales. For a brand that I've personally never heard of, they're doing very well. So that was number 10. We're going to work our way backwards here. At number 9, we have a brand called YCZ, and their best-selling fragrance is a cologne. It's called Midnight Marine Men. This scent has lemon, mint again, pink pepper, grapefruit, ginger, amber, and patchouli. It actually sounds wonderful. Based on what I've seen, this retails for $15. Very affordable. Midnight Marine Men has done $123,000 in sales. Remember, this is just over the course of a month. And the brand in general has done $417,000 in sales. Another brand that I'm not familiar with, but it doesn't matter because a lot of people are. Almost $500,000 in sales, and your fragrances are around the $15, $20 mark. They're moving a lot of volume. At number 8, we have Rasasi. I am familiar with Rasasi. I don't own any Rasasi fragrances, but I know a lot of my mutuals have had great things to say about their scents. Another cologne here, Hawas for Men, is their most popular fragrance. It typically retails for around $25. And your notes for this particular fragrance are going to be apple, bergamot, lemon, citrus, cinnamon, plum, watery notes, amber, musk, and patchouli. So we're seeing a lot of scents with patchouli. You're also going to see a lot more scents on this list with some of those aquatic notes as well. It also speaks to the fact that as much as we think perfume is just for women, women are the only ones who are buying scents, men are clearly buying heavily as well. Overall, this particular scent has done $123,000 in sales, with the brand overall having done about $418,000 in sales. At number 7, we have a brand called Top Shelf with the highest selling product called Her Loss for Men. This particular scent has notes of pink pepper, sandalwood, lemon, water, and pheromones. I'm just going to say that this is something that is advertised very well. You tell the people that it's for men, that it has pheromones in it, so it's going to be emanating your manly pheromones, and then you call it Her Loss. This fragrance typically retails around the $25 to $35 mark. And when it comes to sales, this particular product has done $450,000 in sales in the month of February, with the brand overall having done $460,000 in sales. So this is truly their hero product, their star product. Coming in at number 6 is a brand and a product that I've personally had for a couple of years. The brand is going to be Al Rahab, and the fragrance is going to be Choco musk. I did a review on this when this first started getting hot, and this is way before TikTok Shop, but I'm glad the people still love this. If you've never smelled Choco Musk before, it's just as the name suggests. It is chocolatey, a little musky, but it's more gourmand than anything. It's like a smooth, sweet, chocolatey vanilla. It is wonderful. I love it so much. Barely any musk in here in my personal opinion. It's more of a chocolate vanilla scent than anything. This is only around $10 to $15. Very affordable. They also have a roller ball, like well worth the money. This did $128,000 in sales in February, but the brand overall has done $567,000. So those were the first 5. A lot of those brands have done upwards of $500,000 in the span of just 1 month. So you can understand and probably get a sense of what the top 5 is going to look like. And if you're liking this video and enjoying this video, please like, comment, and subscribe if you like content like this. At number 5, we have a brand called Stes, and I have seen this brand before, and their top scent is going to be Brazilian Perfume 602, which is inspired by Sol de Janeiro's Cheirosa 62. I'm like, dang, they couldn't even change up the numbers. This is going to have like pistachio, caramel, vanilla, the same vibes. I haven't smelled it before, but even in looking at the bottle, you could tell it probably smells exactly the same. This typically retails for $20, y'all. And in February, they did, for this particular product, $446,000 in sales, with the brand overall having done $571,000. So you can see that this product is their key product and is what is making them the most money. At number 4, and I don't think this should be a surprise, we have Paris Corner. Their top product right now is going to be Marshmallow Blush, which is supposed to be inspired by Kayali's Yum Bougie Marshmallow. So this is going to have strawberry, marshmallow, sugar, vanilla, those type of notes. I imagine it smells very fluffy, very sweet. Now, Paris Corner is a little bit more expensive, so this product is going to be $55. And when it comes to sales, they have done $136,000 in sales. Now, that product, I believe, came out in January, February. So I imagine sales for that product starting in March have definitely picked up because I've been seeing it everywhere. I personally have not purchased it because I like Yum Bougie Marshmallow as is. I don't need another dupe. So they did $136,000 in sales. And then overall in February, Paris Corner has done $743,000. Still a pretty hefty chunk of their overall sales. At number 3, we actually have a duo from Fleur. Heavy Cream and Vanilla Skin Fine Fragrance Mist. One of the smart things that Fleur has done is package some of their scents on TikTok so people buy them in a duo. And because the two of these are both affordable, it's easy for people to buy this in a pack. If you haven't smelled these two before, their names are pretty self-explanatory. Vanilla Skin is like a vanilla-like skin scent. It is sweet, it is sugary, it is wonderful. And then you have Heavy Cream that smells like heavy whipping cream. It smells very fluffy, also sweet, and then wearing them together, so good. Oh my God, the sales on this, insane. In the month of February, sales for these two together, $689,000, where the brand overall for that month did $907,000. This was 70%, more than 70% of Fleur's sales in February. Y'all have to understand, it is all about marketing and all about packaging. At number 2, we have Armaf's Club de Nuit. First of all, I'm sorry if this has a little dust on it. I kind of put it in my closet. I have a love-hate relationship with this scent because if you haven't smelled this before, your notes are going to be white florals, fruity notes, rose, lychee, vanilla, all notes that someone would love. But what always gets me in some of these fragrances is they add patchouli. Why are you adding patchouli? If it's in small doses, it's fine. It's a little heavier in this scent than I would personally prefer. This typically retails for $25. When it comes to actual sales of this product for the month of February, this did $52,000, whereas the brand as a whole for that month did $1.1 million. And again, y'all, this is a top product. So even though it is just a small drop in the bucket of the overall sales for this brand, I think it speaks to the amount of scents that they have in the market that are also doing very, very well. Now, Alyssa, what is the number one brand and the number one product? Your number one brand, top selling brand on TikTok for the month of February is going to be Lattafa. And the number one product, their top product, is going to be Assad for Men. Baby, the men are spending their coin on scents, honey. Now, I've smelled this before at the Lattafa pop-up that happened in New York City last year. Wasn't my cup of tea, but obviously it's not for me. This has pink pepper. We've seen pink pepper a lot in these colognes. Tobacco, pineapple, patchouli, amber, and vanilla. Now, this is typically going to retail for $20 to $25, whether you get it on TikTok or on Amazon. In terms of overall sales, this product has done $71,000 in sales for February. Overall, as a brand, $4.3 million. $4.3 million. The number two brand did $1.1 million in sales. Four times that. $4.3 million in sales in 1 month. Lattafa has a lot in the market, y'all. A lot of products in the market. You think about scents like Eclair that kind of rocked the fragrance scene a little bit, even though it was an inspiration, right? Inspired by Bianco Latte. People were talking about that heavily. I know people are buying up their products like crazy, and it's reflected in this report. But y'all, that is the end of the list. I would love to hear what y'all all think in the comments. Are you guys surprised by the top brands and the top products? Are y'all surprised by how much people are purchasing in the span of 1 month? Are you also surprised by the sheer amount of brands and products we are seeing purchased for men? Let me know what you think. And if you love today's video, you love talking about fragrance, luxury, fashion, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.